Bright Suns, travelers. So today we are going to be making Batuuan Ronto Wraps from Galaxy's Edge. Galaxy's Edge is located in Disney's Hollywood Studios in a galaxy far, far away. If you have never been to Galaxy's Edge, you have to know that there are two main food rations that everyone wants to have. One is the Batuuan Ronto Wrap, and the second is the chicken tip yip. And so today we are going to be making the Batuuan Ronto Wrap. Would be like an earthly hot dog, I guess. I had it for the first time just a few months ago. It had been on my list of must-have food items to get, and I'd been to Galaxy's Edge a few times and I didn't get the Ronto Wrap, but I was finally able to get it, and it did live up to the expectation. I couldn't wait. When I saw this recipe, this is an authentic Walt Disney World recipe. When I saw this recipe, I had to give it a try. I had to make it at home and have my family try it. So in all the Star Wars spirit today with our ears, let's get cooking. And so we're gonna start with roasting the pork shoulder. So we're gonna grab that. God. The first thing we need to do is we're going to preheat our oven to 300 degrees. Okay. We're gonna set the oven to 300 degrees. We're gonna let that preheat. And we're gonna rub our pork with some canola oil. And then we are going to rub some salt and pepper over it.
This feels weird. Cold. Should I rub the bottom as well?
Yeah, all around. So we prepared our meat and we're gonna put it on our makeshift roasting rack. I used to have a nice roasting rack, but since we moved, I haven't seen it. But basically, we're just gonna keep the meat above its juices and we're gonna roast it for 3 hours until the pork is reaching 160 degrees. And we do have an oven timer that we plan to insert into this, but let's get this in the oven. So for the Ronto Wrap slaw, we are going to be combining in a large bowl 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, 2.5 tablespoons of sambal, which is a little bit of a spicy chili sauce. We're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of sugar.
1, 2.
We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of oil. That's 1 little spillage. 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, 1 teaspoon of coarse salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and we're going to mix it all up. All right, that looks great. And the recipe wants us to add in 1 cup of matchstick carrots and 3 cups of shredded cabbage. However, I just bought this 3-color coleslaw to add into here, so we're gonna do 4 cups
Are those
total.
carrots inside of it?
Yeah, it has carrots in it, so pour it in. We're gonna put this in the refrigerator until we need it. So before we get started on making the sauce for our Ronto Wraps, I just wanted to jump in and I wanted to give a little tip for Galaxy's Edge. If you plan on going and you're looking for the Batuuan Ronto Wrap and you want to go to Ronto Roasters, but you realize that it's closed because they did close early the last time that I was there, don't lose hope on getting the Ronto Wrap because Docking Bay 7 will sell one version of the Ronto Wrap after Ronto Roasters has closed. So if you go to the Ronto Roasters and they're closed, go over to Docking Bay 7, and you can even do mobile order for Docking Bay 7, so you can place your order while you're on your way over there and pick it up as soon as you arrive. That's just one of my tips. That's my experience from my last visit there. I wanted the Ronto wrap. I looked at Ronto Roasters, they were closed, so I went on Docking Bay 7 to place my mobile order, and I noticed that they had the Ronto wrap there. So it was really delicious, and so I just wanted to share that tip with you. But here we go, we're gonna get into our next step. We're going to be making the peppercorn sauce, and I did want to say that some of the ingredients I had a hard time finding, so I did have to order 2 of the things on Amazon. It was the Batuuan peppercorns and the sumac. So these 2 things you're gonna need to order in advance, but those were the only things that I had trouble finding. So we're gonna use 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, have 1 teaspoon of the sumac, 1 tablespoon of lime juice.
And squeezing it looks fun. That should be good.
Tablespoon of lime juice, a half tablespoon of coarse salt. Half a tablespoon, really? Half a tablespoon of coarse salt. So we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of coriander and 1/8 teaspoon of the Batuuan peppers. We're gonna mix. We're gonna put a lid on it. We're gonna put this in the fridge until we're ready to use it. So after 3 hours of roasting, our pork has officially reached 160 degrees. And we're gonna take them out. So what we need to do with the pork roast is we need to cut it into 1/8 slices. So now that we finished doing the roasting, we're going to warm up the pita bread and cook the sausages. So the first thing I think I'm gonna do is cook the sausages, and then we'll warm up the pita bread one by one. I bought these Polish smoked sausages from Walmart, actually. They are a bit thicker than the ones that you would get from the Ronto Roasters in Batu, but I think that these are gonna be fine. It's the same amount of meat, it's just that they're shorter, so they're thicker. But we're gonna cook these according to the package, and it just tells us to grill them for 6 to 8 minutes, and so that's what we're gonna do.
Now the sausages are all done on one side. We flip them over so they can cook on the other. But it'll be perfectly cooked for when we eat our dinner.
So I'm taking these out of the oven because we're almost ready to serve the sausages.
So now that our sausages are almost ready to be eaten, we've taken out the pita bread, so we can begin to get everything ready to serve.
We're just gonna toss the coleslaw a little bit to make sure that it's nicely coated with all of the dressing that we put in there. Okay, we're ready to put this together. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna take 1 pita bread. We're gonna take 2 pieces of our pork, put it on so that we have one on each side. We're gonna take 1 sausage.
It's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Oh, I
We're
smell
going
meat.
to take a 1/2 cup of the coleslaw and put it on top. And then we're going to take some of the sauce and drizzle it on the top.
Oh no, it doesn't want his with the mayonnaise sauce.
That's okay. And there you go. There's our Batuuan Ronto
Wraps.
Wraps. So we had a great time today making the Ronto Wraps, and
It's dripping on me.
you want to hold it?
It's dripping on
Oh no,
me.
and it's dripping on us. So we had such a fun time. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for being part of our world, and may the force be with you.
Bye. This is our assistant spy right here. She's our
Wait right there. You again. Didn't we warn you to stay clear of this sector? Oh, please. But didn't we warn you to stay away from this sector? I think you misunderstood the question.
Yes,
And I wonder why you're here. Unless you're trying to get arrested.
I think he's trying to get me arrested.
Are you trying to get arrested?
He's trying to get me arrested.
Are you trying to